What's up, everybody?
Oh, you redlined on that.
I redlined it. We haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, well, not just straight up audio. We have done it a little bit.
We've done some videos that our wives told us sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty honest.
So, anyway.
We just sitting here talking about a couple things, and we was like, well, let's go ahead and record it, throw it up on YouTube.
Do we have a real reason we haven't been active?
I don't know.
I mean, we could have been doing this the whole time, I think. We've just kind of been putting it off, I guess. We're going to try to go weekly for you guys.
We're going to try, but we got so much stuff going on.
But you're trying to download Baby Unicorn right now.
I'm not, no. I just looked at it. I wasn't planning on downloading it. I just wanted to see if I could grow my own little baby unicorn.
I would. I'm a fan of unicorns as long as they're not stupid.
Yeah?
Like the fat unicorn you made.
I did make you a fat unicorn.
And that's not a gay reference, even though we are partners.
It's definitely not gay.
In the podcast world. So, lots of stuff to talk about, I guess. We like wrestling, so let's start there.
That's about all we talk about
I know.
most of the time.
The announcement of AEW.
Yes, finally.
What have you read?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No, I just watch all my stuff on YouTube. No, I haven't read a whole lot.
Yeah, a lot of wrestling channels on YouTube have turned into AEW channels. They're not even doing anything.
I am excited for them. Excited to see what WWE is going to do about it. Not as far as purchasing them, I don't think that'll ever happen. But I think it will motivate them to be competitors now.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any competition. So that's where, they want to talk about how the ratings are went down. It's because they have no competition.
Yeah.
Now, so hopefully.
They'll try.
Hopefully with AEW coming, that they'll put some, back in the 90s when WCW and ECW and all that was on TV, they had good shows, good stories.
Yeah, all three were doing good.
Yeah.
For a while.
So.
Yeah.
Once you're at the top,
there's
nothing else.
Literally no one to take them down.
Yeah. So
everyone wants to make Impact out to be competition, and
Impact's
never
not
been competition.
Never.
Everyone wanted it to be. They just made poor decisions. They could have been at one point, I think.
But they could have. But they brought all of the fan favorites in there for a while. And they even picked up people that was leaving WWE.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy was a good pickup when he was sober.
The Dudleys.
Of course. Before they got to where they just couldn't do what they could do.
But no one's doing tag teams anymore. That's why I'm kind of
Yeah, they're looking at a lot of good tag teams.
I've been starting to pick up and watch NXT a lot more because of the tag team division.
Which now Heavy Machinery is going to be moving to Raw or SmackDown.
Which sucks because the main rosters doesn't have a spot for tag team.
No.
Well, they have got a couple now. They've got what? So the classics ones are New Day, the Bar,
Usos.
the Usos. What's the new one?
But
the
AOEs. They're all on SmackDown. Oh, Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're on Raw.
AOP. Yeah. Stuff like that. So
but the Raw Tag Champs are just two dudes thrown together.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid. If you're going to be a tag team champion, you've got... I feel like you've got to be a legit tag
Which
team.
they just threw the Bar together, but that was part of the storyline to get them to be a team.
Yeah, but now they've come together as a good team, though.
Yeah, they're good.
So...
only 3 wrestlers are announced for them. Cody Rhodes and the Jackson brothers, who are the Young Bucks. And they're all executives in the company. So that's the only wrestlers announced. But I was reading today, they're planning a rally in Jacksonville Tuesday, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
SmackDown is in Jacksonville tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yes. So we'll see if people leave or not. And I did some work because I knew we were going to do this today, and I found The Revival's contract is up this year.
Yeah.
The Gallows and Anderson's contract is up this year. Zack Ryder's contract is up this year. Dolph Ziggler's contract is up this year.
I'd like to see Zack Ryder go over.
Zack Ryder needs to go. Dolph needs to go. All these guys need to go, I think, because they're just getting crapped on. Who else? Ty Dillinger, his contract is up. Big deal in NXT, then they call him up, and then nothing. Shinsuke Nakamura is up this year. He'd be a good added Japanese flavor for him, because that's the fans that they have already.
Mm-hmm.
He can go back to the stronger style than what you could tell he's just not into it anymore in his matches. You can just tell. At least I feel that way.
They brought both of those up between him and Asuka. They brought them up last year at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Put them both over at the Rumble. And then moved them on to the WrestleMania.
And then nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, Shinsuke was the U.S. champ, but
they just got these firecrack personas that they're putting out, and then it's a big boom and then nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's because I think they have writers that write TV shows and not wrestling shows.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, I don't know. John Cena, he ran how many years?
He's been around 16 now. Yeah.
And for some reason, they don't have that same. For whatever reason, whoever's writing this stuff doesn't have the same mentality that this storyline needs to run for at least. If I was writing a storyline for someone, I'd try to run it for at least for a 3-year span.
Yeah.
Because it's wrestling.
What can we create with 3 years?
For 3-year span. See how it goes, and then run it like that. Even any kind of a storyline. Even if you're running a storyline for, you're going to have this guy and this guy against each other, do a 3-year span on it.
Sure.
You can make it interesting.
Well, it's like when they did, and the 3 major stars of the Attitude Era were The Rock, Triple H, and Austin. And those 3 went back and forth for that long.
Oh, yeah.
And they never were able to get them in a triple threat because one of them was always injured whenever they were about to do it. But, yeah. And then you have those series of Mania matches between Austin and Rock. Was it 14, 15, or 14, 17, and 19?
Back in the 90s, they ran those. They ran them for years.
And then even
same rivals and everything.
The Ruthless Aggression era from like 2002, 2007. Mm-hmm. That was good. Just here recently, it's just
Toothless Aggression.
Yeah, well, we can't. Benoit did those things, so we can't talk about that. But he was good as a wrestler, not as a human, apparently.
I was watching something there today, and it had him on it. It was talking about the Radicals. I was watching stuff about the Radicals. They had him on there, and I was like, man,
Eddie,
that's so crazy that he went through all that. He still could have been a good part of something.
Yeah.
All of them. Dean Malenko, but he's kind of a prick.
I guess he works. They say he still works with young talent. So
does he?
Yeah.
I saw him one time at a home show here in town next to us. When we was up next to the announce table, and they had the black fella that was the GM. SmackDown GM for a while. Was this Teddy
Long, my uncle?
Yeah. And so he was there and he was like, "Oh, hey, Teddy." And he's like, "Hey, did this thing. What's up?"
Holla, holla.
Yeah. And he was cool. And then we was like, Dean Malenko. And dude, he wouldn't even look our way.
He don't have to. He's Dean Malenko.
I guess not.
Man of 1,000 holds.
Put him in a hold.
He could have choked all you guys out at one time.
Maybe. Yeah, I probably could have. But no.
Have I told you my wrestling story?
No.
At the Holman Center?
No. I don't think so.
When I almost got ran over by Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we're leaving the show. And I got to meet RVD there. He was cool. Mm-hmm. Met The Undertaker. It was not as long as interaction with The Undertaker it was with RVD. Raven, Dreamer, and Arn Anderson came out. And then the ref that makes himself look like Ric Flair. Forget that guy's name. You know what I'm talking about?
The little blonde-headed guy?
Yeah, remember like when Ric Flair made him his personal referee and he started that storyline. Anyway, so I'm really jacked up. And me and my dad are leaving, and I'm looking at the pamphlet that I bought, and I'm crossing the road, not paying attention, just looking down, and this car's coming, and I just went for it, and obviously I didn't make it, and he stopped real quick, and I backed up, and I was like, I'm sorry, and they had their window down, and he goes, it's okay, just go ahead and cross, and I was like, okay, and I looked, and I said out loud to my dad, I was like, that's Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit, and Eddie goes, hey, and then they drove away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I almost got killed by a killer before he was a killer.
Shoot, I'll see if I can. I have a wrestling story. A couple years ago, a guy I used to work for got tickets to go watch a SmackDown taping. And, it's not Conseco Fieldhouse anymore, is it? It's something else.
Now it's Banker's Life.
Well, Banker's Life House. Anyways, so we're there. So afterwards, we go to this pub. We're sitting there eating, and then I see this guy come by and walk by, and it looks like Fandango. I was like, man, that looks like Fandango. He had a beanie on, couldn't tell. And then I happened to look over, and there's freaking Alberto Del Rio sitting there. So we was leaving, and Fandango was sitting in a bar, and he fought Ryback that night. So Ryback tore him up.
Yeah.
So I go up to him
for real tore him up.
I go up to him, I put my hands out, and I was like, hey. And I said it I didn't, because I don't know how these guys react. I don't want to be like the super crazy, like, you know. So I kind of like, hey, in a good tone and
they're
stuff.
trying to chill out.
Yeah.
Scene,
So, hey, appreciate your match tonight, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, oh, thanks, man. He goes, hey, you got any dip? And I was like, what? He goes, you got any dip? I was like, no, I'm not deaf. And he goes, no, you got any chew?
Apparently you
I was
are
like,
deaf.
yeah, apparently. And he goes, no, like chew, like dip. I was like, oh no, man, I don't chew. that was my big interaction with you know, like that out of the norm, like, you know.
Right.
Because if you're going to a wrestling show, your norm that's going to, you know, either going to be at an event or at a signing or at something.
Right.
You just don't see these guys. I mean, I'm sure people do.
Yeah.
I don't, because I don't, you know, but you don't see them out and about in an everyday sitting. So.
Yeah. Who did I see? I saw one of them one time. Gosh, I can't remember who it was. One of the older ones from like the 80s.
Yeah.
Like just chilling in Indy. But he didn't care about anybody.
No.
I think it was the Mountie or somebody.
The Mountie?
Yeah, I think it was.
Because no one cared about him.
But anyway, AEW looks cool. So
Yeah, some of the lineup.
They're supposed to be announcing at their rally tomorrow about Double or Nothing being out in Vegas, official announcement. But it's rumored that Goldberg will be in a match there. So that might be cool. I enjoyed Goldberg's short run. Of course, Goldberg can't steamroll over all the young talent they need to put over.
You know what? And I hope they don't let him do that, because I'm almost afraid that because WCW put Goldberg over like that, I think I don't know. I
don't think they will.
And when he came to WWE, they put him over the same way.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping Goldberg's not going to go in thinking they're going to put me over.
Yeah.
Because he shouldn't. He shouldn't be put over.
He should be putting everyone else over. And that doesn't mean he has to lose every match.
Right.
They could lose to him believably, take him to the limit, and both guys are over. So he doesn't need to be the champ and steamroll over people and go 2,000-0.
I don't think he needs to be the champ, period.
No, he needs to stay away from it.
He's had his championship,
right,
you know, in the past. That's something new.
I don't know if him and Cody would have a good match. I know that DDP is very close with Cody Rhodes because of Cody's father, and at the last event, DDP was there. I liked how speaking of that, their entrances they did like the MMA style entrance where they followed him from the back. I think that needs to be a part of their show because they got to set themselves as different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen for big time matches. Everything they had there, was it All In last time? Yeah, All In was perfect almost.
Another one I'm kind of excited about seeing is Jack Swagger.
Yes.
Going over.
Yes, and then they're talking Pentagon and Phoenix. Their contract is up with Lucha.
Yeah.
They're talking Lucha may not even have another season, which I don't know why. It's been good.
Lucha has really brought in. I go squeak there.
Lucha, I like
But,
Lucha.
Lucha's had been. It was a cool. I liked it. I'd not watched a lot of it.
I didn't watch last season, but I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, the concept of it is real heavenly story based.
Yeah.
You know?
Which the wrestling made up for some of the goofiness they had.
But I think that's fine. I think
Yeah.
that quirkiness because
It evened out.
people knows.
Sure.
Everybody knows. Everybody's in on the gimmick.
Yeah.
So it's not like you had to be super serious.
Yeah. All their matches
Yeah.
are Lucha rules, which seems to be no rules. So
Yeah. But I've always liked Jack Swagger.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a shame that his title run wasn't handled the best that it could have been when he was champ. But he had a good.
I didn't mind the whole "We the People" type thing.
I like that a lot. Him and
But,
Cesaro.
It wasn't bad. I mean, I liked him.
He was going to be given that big run against Del Rio, and then got busted with weed.
Del Rio.
Yeah, remember the WrestleMania match? I don't know, a couple years ago. 26, 27, 28.
Yeah.
When he was going after him, but it'll be good to see him get a fair shake. As long as they give all those guys fair shakes. Anyways, wrestling's going to be exciting. We can't talk about wrestling forever though, because people will turn us off, Gary. But
Maybe.
AEW is going to be a good thing. Very good thing. So we'll see what they say. Next week, I'm sure we'll talk about them again because we'll see what they're going to say at their rally tomorrow in Jacksonville at the stadium. So before we started, I was looking at the Detective Pikachu artwork.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool. They're going for a realistic look of Pokemon, and I think it looks cool. Not going to lie. Now, when they first announced that they were doing a Detective Pikachu movie with Ryan Reynolds as the voice, I said, "Why? What are they doing? Just give us a Pokemon movie, live action that we've all been wanting, and base it on the Indigo League, with Ash."
Yeah, I don't.
But this looks good.
I don't know. I've never kept up with Pokemon. I'll play the games. I play Pokemon Go, play the card game, stuff like that. But I don't keep up on the story. So I don't know what could have been the best. But as far as the way the movie looks, I think it's going the way that everybody, the hardcore, Pokemon people and just the casual Pokemon players, and stuff like myself.
Yeah, I think the kids and the adults will like the movie. It's going to be a good blend.
Yeah.
And apparently the world's ending outside.
Yeah, probably some kind of sports thing.
If you guys can hear the sirens. But anyway.
I bet it's some kind of a sports thing. I don't know what was going on.
Or someone's house is burning down. Either way.
Hopefully it's not mine. What way are they going?
I don't know. They have to pass.
I smell smoke. Well, that was weird. That's done. I was like, I don't even...
Sorry, folks. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. Detective Pikachu looks cool. I like how Ryan Reynolds is the voice in those trailers, and then they use the original voice actor for Pikachu when other people are talking. Because the whole premise is only that one kid can understand what Pikachu's saying.
Who's that kid?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't.
The short storyline that I saw was his father was a cop, and now he's a cop too. But he wanted to be a Pokemon trainer. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see it. Plus, the cards, since we've been playing Pokemon at your shop, they should make some cool promo cards for it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, and hopefully I can get some in here.
Yeah.
But some of the,
Mr. Mime looked cool. Did you see Mr. Mime in it?
yes, I did. And his whole skit of, him miming everything was funny.
I thought so. There he is.
Yep.
Um,
Trying to look and see who else they got in there. I mean, there was a bunch. They showed, of course, everybody have seen the trailer. So.
Sure.
But some of the ones, I'm bad with names on these guys.
I can't remember half their names, but I just know they look cool.
Psyduck looks cool.
I didn't see Psyduck. Let me see him.
I'm trying.
We were just looking at Ninetales before we started recording. I thought Ninetales looked cool. Yeah, he looks like a weirdo, doesn't he?
We all fuzzy duck.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cool movie.
Jigglypuff. They look like they were making Jigglypuff to be out to be a.
He looks mad.
He looks ticked off.
I would love this to lead into a Pokemon movie series of, like if they did the first movie as live action, Mewtwo Strikes Back or whatever, dude, that'd be so awesome as a movie. So we'll see. I don't know. A lot of cool movies. Aquaman's almost hit 1 billion.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Me either. It's coming to our local theater next week, so I'll probably go see it then.
I'll have to pick it up. You get it on Fire Stick.
We can go watch it together, bud, for $5.
You can watch it on Fire Stick, bud.
You could, but I'm going to go support the movie. They need my money. Warner Brothers won't make it without my money.
Yeah, we better go there then.
Bumblebee certified fresh. That's got to make you happy as a fan.
What do you mean certified fresh?
Rotten Tomatoes. That's a term.
Oh, I don't get into the Rotten Tomatoes.
Get with
reviews.
it, man.
No, I am glad though that the Bumblebee movie is what it is.
Last I looked, it was 83%.
Yeah.
Anything in the 80 range is certified fresh, is what they call it.
Well, after what
those five movies were.
Yeah. I mean,
Which the first one I went and watched, and I was like, well, it's kind of cool. It's probably the best one we'll ever get. Then the second one happened. I was like, well, there's some cool stuff. But the stories never really made sense. And I was waiting for him to kill Optimus Prime. They never really did. I know 3 or 4 that I
it's
watched.
It's like Optimus Prime. They've done the same thing in the movies that they've done always with Transformers. Just kill Optimus Prime off, and then bring him back.
Reincarnate him.
They do that, and all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever see the one where they brought him back as a zombie?
No. Was this a cartoon?
Yeah.
No, I can't say that I have.
Yeah, he come back and he was a zombie. Zombie Optimus Prime.
Was he evil?
Yeah.
Really? Was he part of the Decepticons?
No, he wasn't part of the Decepticons, but he was an Autobot.
I need to watch that.
He
was it just one episode or one of the?
No, it was an animated. I'm trying to think of which one it was. I can't think of which one it was.
Which, how cool is it? The same guy's voiced him forever.
It
doesn't happen in the entertainment world.
I was watching a video the other day where the guy that did the voice for Megatron was talking about how he got his voice for it.
Yeah.
Because he did voices for other characters, and he didn't want it to be alike. So he said, and I don't know how these voice actors do it, of course, because I'm not. I do good to speak plain English.
I've always wanted to try out to be one.
But he said he put 11 different voices together in a tunnel to come up with Megatron.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's nuts. Like, you're going to sit and try to voice yourself to where you've got 11 different voices together, and then make it sound like you're in a tunnel with an echoey sound to it, because Megatron does. And then, it's cool.
Yeah. So the movie, I didn't get to go see it yet, but I might catch it before it leaves our local theater. It's still there. It's that or Mary Poppins, so I can't go till Mary Poppins is gone, because then I'll be forced to watch Mary Poppins. And I ain't got nothing against the first Mary Poppins, but I don't want to see the sequel.
Well, I don't know. Is it a sequel or is it just a remake?
It's a sequel. It's about the kids being grown up. No one asked for this. So, I don't need to see it.
The only decent thing I think they're doing, which is nice, and I wish it was done, if you're going to put the time into it, but they did put some animation in with it,
Yeah.
like they did the original, but I think if I was going to do it, I think I would have found people to draw
Hand drawn everything. That's what I was
and
telling my
make
wife.
it legit,
Yeah.
Because
I like the first movie a lot as a kid. I watch it as an adult whenever they want to watch it, which is normally once a year. But, yeah, I don't think the new way of making animation will work in the Mary Poppins world. It just doesn't make sense to me. But, speaking of movies no one asked for, how about a new Batman movie?
I hope it's not
Another reboot?
another reboot of, hey, this is how Bruce Wayne become Batman. Because I think at this point everybody knows.
Everyone knows.
Like I keep saying, I want to see a movie how the Batcave was built.
You want to see a movie about how the Batcave was built?
Yes,
That'd be a boring movie.
it'd be interesting.
Excavating and all that stuff.
Why not?
That's horrible.
But did Bruce Wayne build all that by himself?
No, I don't know, right?
So what I want to see is him hire a company,
That builds it.
and then when they are standing there, and there's like, Mr. Wayne, we're done with your, secret room of gadgets, tables, lifting mechanisms, and stuff like that. And then once they turn around, and everyone in the crew gets a batarang to the head.
You do bring up a good point. How did he build it? He didn't do it by himself. He couldn't have.
No.
It's a multi-man job, and Alfred's too old. Unless that's why he likes orphans. He just makes them work for him.
I don't know.
Slavering?
But where did they go afterwards?
I don't know.
I mean, they could probably got Dick Grayson to help a little bit, but
Maybe.
still yet. Ain't no Bruce Wayne, Alfred, and Dick Grayson's going to build that Batcave like that.
I suppose you're right. Well, no one knows who's going to play Batman.
And any contractor in the right mind is going to think something's up when you're building this under cave with all these
Right.
TVs and computers. I guess he could have moved all that in himself.
This
but-
reminds me of Clerks whenever they're discussing all those guys that were working on the Death Star when it was half blown up. And then
Yeah.
they went back and blew it up again. Like, those guys were just...
I'm just saying. That's the movie. That's the movie I want to see. I want to see that situation go down.
Maybe on the DC Universe,
It could be
Yeah.
like a little
They'll
TV,
do like a TV
little
show.
TV series of the
building the Batcave.
building the Batcave.
It'd be like a documentary.
Ooh, doing a documentary style.
Yeah. There you go.
That'd be funny.
Hire us, DC Universe. We'll write it for you.
Make it a comedy. Kevin Smith.
You just fired us.
Huh?
You just fired us. I was pitching DC to hire us, and you told them to hire Kevin Smith.
We'll get him to write it. I can't write. I come up with the ideas.
I could use him to teach me how to write better.
So we could be a princess.
Princess. Princess? You want to be a princess?
But there's a fire truck.
Who's gonna play Batman in the new movie?
Hope it's not one of the guys that's being rumored.
Jake Gyllenhaal,
No, I can't see it.
Josh Brolin,
What?
John Hamm, and what's that one guy from The Notebook?
Oh, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, those are the four names I see
I
attached to it.
I think Ryan Gosling's too young looking. Even I don't know how old he is.
I liked
But-
Ben Affleck's Batman. I know everyone will kill me for that, but I liked him.
No, I do.
Because
I
he
like
was
it.
the older version of Batman.
Yeah. Well, where's the storyline coming from? What storyline are they going with? That's the problem.
No one knows.
First of all, I don't care what the storyline is. I don't think Josh Brolin should be Batman.
He's a good Batman.
He's too.
He's Cable and
He's
Thanos.
Cable, Thanos, Jonah Hex, whoever else he's going to play. This guy, come on.
He'd make a good one.
It doesn't matter if he makes a good one or not. He's already made a good.
He'd make a good Batman. I don't know if he'd make a good Bruce Wayne.
There's someone else in there. John Hamm. I don't know right off the top of my head. You know what? He may not be that bad. I think he would fit.
He definitely looks like Bruce Wayne. He was in Mad Men or something like that.
I think he would fit the role.
Yeah. We'll see. He said he's been in the room with those guys who make those decisions. The interview I was watching on the Graham Norton show. Don't judge me. He has cool guests. But he said he's been in rooms with people that make the decisions for that, and he said he's never been offered. I think go back to the Justice League movie that was never made. They had Armie Hammer.
Who?
Armie Hammer is his name. He played in that horrible Disney movie, Lone Ranger, which should have been called Tonto. But
Arnie.
Armie Hammer. Armie, I think is his name.
Arnie.
Is it Arnie?
Or Armie.
Yeah, Armie.
Who named their kid Armie?
He's in Hollywood. Who knows?
Or why would you want your name to be Armie? He wouldn't be a bad one, I guess. I don't know.
He needs redemption. That's for sure. I want to see a Batman story that we haven't seen in the movies before.
He's got a good, strong jawline.
Like, we were just reading that they're doing an animated version of Long Halloween. Like, we don't need a Batman origin story, like you said. That's like when Sony struck that deal with Marvel. It's like, help us out with this. Let's share Spider-Man for 3 movies, you know? And they didn't start with another origin story and Uncle Ben dying because we don't need it. We've seen it. And now, let's just do that with Batman. You're going to have to insert him into this Justice League world, even though if they're not going that direction anymore. Don't call it Justice League movies. Just have a few in there. Do a Trinity movie with Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. Those comics are good.
Yeah, I mean, we just don't need another origin story. And it's going to be the same story, just told in a different way.
Yeah. It's kind of like when, and no one liked it, Batman vs. Superman. I liked Batman vs. Superman.
It
was okay.
I've liked them all.
But like they didn't go into the origin story, but he was having a dream of his mom and dad being shot, I believe is what it was.
Yeah.
That was good.
That's
that was
fine.
cool. I don't need to see that anymore.
No.
If I see that, I want to see him taking on Scarecrow and he's having the hallucinations. That's the only time I need to see it.
If we're going to do one, they need to do the Hush.
The Hush storyline?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It'd be a good way to introduce kind of what they teased in Suicide Squad, the death of Jason Todd.
Right. And I think that's what they need to do more too, is bring in Robins with them. Everybody wants to see Robin. And if they'd done a Batman movie and they introduced Robin into it in a good role, not like the last one we saw.
And it could be any of the Robins.
Yeah.
It could be the female. It can be, I know you don't like the female. It could be Damian.
I think I'd be interested in seeing Damian in a storyline. I mean, especially with the DC Universe channel doing the Titans.
Yeah, we don't need that.
So now, if
who's that Robin? Is that Dick?
That's Dick.
Okay. So we don't need Dick.
We don't need him in there because he's already in.
We don't need him.
So let's do Jason Todd or Damian Wayne.
Sure. Sure. And let's see what this Sirens does.
Or Tim Drake.
Are they still calling it DC Sirens, the female movie, or is it going to be called?
I don't know.
Is it going to be called?
Is it a movie?
Yeah, they're going to do it.
I haven't heard.
Originally it was Gotham Sirens, I think, and now I think they're just calling it Birds of Prey. Or it could be 2 different movies.
I heard Birds of Prey.
But Batgirl's in that.
Talk about Gotham. It sucks that this is the last season.
I hated Gotham.
Did you? I think it's cool.
That's a freaking story based on Batman characters. It's not a Batman story.
It's not supposed to be a Batman. It's supposed to be it was a TV show about Gotham.
But none of those bad guys would be there unless Batman existed. The Joker
Or
exists because Batman exists.
No. Yes. Batman existed because of these characters.
The crime in Gotham, but Joker only pops up because of his hatred for Batman.
Well, they don't show Joker in.
They tease that stupid guy.
They tease it, but that's not
Joker. They've done
Joker.
everything with him but Joker.
Right.
Now, have you heard the theory that it's an Owlman television show instead of a.
Instead of
Batman,
Batman.
yeah.
Well, the Owlman. What was that? He was in it for a little bit.
Court of Owls.
Yes, Court of Owls.
That'd be a good movie if they did it right.
He was in there.
Here's what you do. If they hired me to do DC, I'd do a Batman movie. We can do is it Long Halloween or Long October? I can never remember.
Well, there's three of them. It was Long October, Long Halloween, and something else.
Just pick a fan favorite. Let's do Hush. Hush is a good one. It's a good one because then you got his childhood friend who's like copying faces and stuff. That'd be great. Let's do Hush. Todd comes back in. Now your next Batman movie could be. They could have a little artistic.
They can't call it Hush though.
Why not?
There's already a Hush out. There's already a movie out called Hush.
Let's call it Batman Hush.
Good.
Just add that Batman there and you're good. You can make that a two-parter so they don't cram it all into one.
Right.
Then have one where the Bat family has to calm down Todd. Your first half could be, because Todd is kind of a anti-hero, more of a bad guy. But have him getting Todd back under the control of Batman, not under control but on his side. Then have them go after whichever Joker they're going to use. And then give us a story where Batman dies. And then I want to see a movie based on the fight for the cowl. Like,
The problem-
that was a cool storyline.
The thing is,
They
there's
won't
been
kill Batman.
so many different good storylines that doesn't involve the same go-to characters. And I know everybody dogged on Suicide Squad, and I know it had the Joker in it, but it had other characters in it too, like Captain Boomerang.
Well, this
You
new
know,
movie's
Katana.
supposed to be he's fighting Deathstroke, which that'll be good. Be a good change of pace. And we saw Deathstroke and Lex Luthor at the end of Justice League, so
Yeah.
I'm cool with the Legion of Doom coming into play into that universe because the bad guys have sucked so
I
far.
want to see a movie to where at the end of the movie, the bad guys has won.
You
know.
mean Avengers Infinity Gauntlet?
I guess. But
In
You know
the
what I'm
DC
saying.
world? Yeah, I think that's how they should have started the Justice League movie. They could have built up. They should have done Aquaman first, and then give us another Batman or something where someone's defeated.
Well, I haven't seen Aquaman yet, but they would have to, the timeline of Aquaman has to be before Justice League.
Sure.
So I think what they've done, what it seems like, of course, is, Marvel built up to the main movie.
10 years.
They took their main movies and tried to come off real quick, and then now they're going back before that.
Sure.
Which just seems to be like a lot of movies are doing that anymore, where they start from 4,
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1,
Yeah.
and play it in that order.
They canceled Flashpoint. I think they should just do a Flashpoint and then reset their universe. That's what they want to do anyway. So just do it. Just do Flashpoint, reset the universe, give us a cool Flashpoint movie.
Days of the Future Past, that's what they did.
Dude. That would be... Well, that just reminded me. You remember Future's End? DC New 52? Best thing to come from DC New 52 was Dark Justice League and Future's End, where Terry McGinnis has to go back in time to stop the invasion where they just start killing metahumans and superheroes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but they probably won't do that. I would like to see a Batman Beyond movie. That's my favorite Batman. Terry McGinnis.
Is it?
Yes, because Batman's old. For some reason Barbara's not handicapped in this one, so I guess it's not the same timeline, but
Probably different world,
yeah.
different Earth.
Or DC Dark Knight's Metal would be a great movie series. That'd give you a reason to start. Let's say they do Flashpoint, they fix it, they come back to the real world, and then they see the Dark Universe is invading. That sets you up for the next 5 movies.
Yeah.
You don't have to call it metal, but it could be the Justice League fighting all these dudes.
Right.
And I know that you said you didn't quite care for everyone having spikes and stuff, which they all don't.
I'm
but
not a big Spike.
Red Death is cool. Murder Machine Batman's cool.
Murder Machine.
Yeah. He wants to be he wants to. He's talking to Cyborg in that world about how Alfred dies. He's talking to Cyborg about how he's made basically a Jarvis, but with the AI as Alfred. And he's like, I want to talk to Alfred again. So Cyborg helps him complete it because obviously Cyborg's the best computer in the world. Alfred's too smart and realizes that computer Alfred is too smart and realizes Cyborg's going to be weakness for Bruce. Kills Cyborg, and then starts replacing Bruce's body with machinery and turns him into Batman the Murder Machine. Sounds stupid name, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But then they can introduce Hawkman, because Hawkman died in the comics, and then like this dark version of Hawkman looks really rad in that storyline. I like Hawkman though, because he's like a throwback to the old school heroes. You don't see goofy heroes like that. That's why I like Ant-Man and Aquaman, because they just scream 60s atomic age heroes.
And they throw that comedy in though too.
Yeah,
So.
it needs to be there. What are you looking at, man? Are we getting attacked?
I don't know. Something coming across the parking lot.
Well, we've talked for a very long time now. Gary, should we end it? We're at 41 minutes.
Yeah, probably. We said a half an hour,
Yeah.
which we never do, so maybe we can hit 45 minutes.
Well, I don't know if I have anything else to talk about.
I'm sure we can find something, but we'll just go ahead and...
How about this? Any local listeners can come check out your shop.
Yeah. 240 East Main Street. You can't miss it.
Jasonville, Indiana. We got trivia going on. We got Pokemon players.
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh players. Magic players.
We're trying to do at least once a month right now, but we're doing the Smash Brothers tournament.
Smash Brothers Ultimate Tournament. When's the next one? January 18th?
The 18th. Cash prize.
4 p.m., is that right?
More, 4:30. Cash prize. The more people we can get to play, the bigger the cash prize. And
Yeah.
So
that'll be fun. But
trying to do a couple things to get, there's not a whole lot of stuff to do in our area. You have to drive half an hour or better to, do something.
right, yeah, unless it's a major city or even a minor city, you don't have much to do. So, anyhow, this has been Camp Podcast. If you enjoyed anything we talked about, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Who do you want to see go to All Elite Wrestling? Batman can go to All Elite Wrestling.
You talking to me or them?
Not them.
Oh.
Could Cody Rhodes play in the new Justice League?
No. I think wrestling and movies. I know people are doing it.
Let's end it with this. Let's have a Batman TMNT crossover.
Like they did in the comics.
Yes.
I'd be down for that.
You down with that?
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes can play in it. Anyway,
Well, we could get Johnny Mundo.
Mundo.
What's
Yes.
his name? Is it Mundo?
Johnny Moon. It depends on where he's at.
Yeah, it depends on where he's at. Anyways, favorite Casey Jones of all time.
He played a good one. I liked Amel.
That's Casey Jones?
Yeah.
We gotta quit because we're already hitting.
We're about to argue.
We got a whole nother conversation coming up.
We'll continue the case. Who's the best Casey Jones? We'll tune in next time.
Johnny Mundo or Stephen Amell.
Or the old one. Law and Order. Whatever his name is.
I can't think of his name right off the bat.
All right, campers. See you soon.
Yep.
That's all you got.